Hey guys, welcome back to another cruise history video. Today we're learning about the Mauretania. It's also an African country. Mauretania is probably what it was named after. But anyways, you're learning about the Mauretania. So the Mauretania was actually a maritime disaster worse than the Titanic. So it was cruising. It probably left Southampton. I don't know where it left from, but it was leaving. It was going and going and going with its little horrible rails that I tried to draw until there was an explosion, I think on the starboard side that killed almost 60 people. 100% sure. So we killed 60 people. Right here. It was in the boiler room, which is underwater. Like, there's a part of the ship that's underwater, but you could still go into it and you would survive. That's because of the walls. Obviously. I mean, do you think it would be because of noses? Yeah, they all died because they didn't have noses. But, yeah, it was because of the walls. It was really thick. It was made out of iron. It was held together by nails. Wasn't really that sturdy. But, anyways, so it started to sink. It sank and it sank and it sank. And now obviously it would definitely crack in half. It didn't crack in half, but from what I drew, the weight would definitely crack it in half. I mean, especially if the bottom of the ocean was right here. I mean, the Mauretania, ground was pretty low down. Down, down, down. I just got in comment. Okay. So, yeah, so it flooded in around an hour. 57 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Now I know exactly 505 survived, but the other 1,000, get ready, 654 people died. And it's taking around 57 minutes. Remember, the Mauretania sank in 57 minutes, while the Lusitania sank in 18 minutes, but there were still more survivors and less people died. But that was only by a few hundred. But still, the majority of people died. Now that's because of the lifeboats. Lifeboats, you had to get the tarps off, you had to get a chain, you had to There's ropes that they hung on to. You'd have to like cut stuff to make it go down. And usually lifeboats are launched long time after the collision, but on the Lusitania, what happened on the Lusitania was lifeboats were being lowered without permission. Now that was a good idea. It wasn't stupid. The captain needed to order, but he didn't. It is unknown if he was proud or not. I don't know if he was proud. But anyways, rescue boats came in to save the survivors. Yes, there are rescue boats. I think. Or just some ship close by. And that's the Mauretania. There are about 5 lifeboats launched. So I guess each could hold 101 people. I don't know, but this is lol. But that's a pretty large amount. And with that, if they could all fit 101 people, the same thing on the Lusitania should have happened with lifeboats being lowered without permission. But sadly, that didn't happen. It would have saved many people, but it didn't. Lifeboats were being launched. Lifeboats were launched. Like probably about 20 to 30 minutes after the collision, so that's probably anyway. Lifeboats were being launched in about 20 to 30 minutes after the collision, when they could do it probably possible around 3 to 5 minutes after the collision. Probably, my guess would be about. Now let's see. On the Titanic, there was 20 lifeboats. It would take an hour to launch them all, and this with approximately 2,100. Yeah, 2,100. 2,159 on board. I bet each would take like probably like 5 minutes. I don't know. But 5 times 20. It's weird. But probably 1/3 less people would have died. So think of that. 1,654 people died. But divide it by 3. Now let's just estimate this before doing the math. Now if you estimate it to 1,650. Now that's 1,560 estimated. Now let's just do a guessing check. So if you do with 400. Well, if you do the math, 550 would have survived. 1,000 people would have survived. A third of that will probably be 550. Because if you do 550 and then add another 550, 1,100. And then at another one, you get 1,650. So, with all of that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the sinking of the Mauretania. Hope you guys enjoyed. 550 others could have survived, though. Think about it. 1,005 would have survived. 1,055 would have survived. An estimate of 1,055. Although estimate is basically 1,050 could have survived, but 500 lives were lost instead of 1,000 instead of 500. They could have been saved. From my calculations, though, I don't know if that would have happened, but that's just my calculations. Anyways, that's a sinking of the Mauretania. Hope you have a good day. Hopefully, you don't go on a sinking cruise ship like this. Unless you went on one of the few ships to sink, the Costa Concordia. It hit seabed and died. I won't make a video about that, but I might. MS Costa Concordia. There it is. Probably like the only cruise ship that like ever sank. Anyways, hope you have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Don't go on a sinking cruise ship. You can go on the Queen Mary too, though. That only sinks by a gross negligence, which is a stupid driver who like turns a lot, or a torpedo, because that's like explosives, and probably a bomb, because that's like the same thing. Any explosives would destroy it. An iceberg would not sink it. If the Queen Mary 2 hit an iceberg, water would not pour in. Anyways, have a good day. Go on the Queen Mary 2 if you're going to go on a cruise ship. It is literally the best ship in the world. It actually has the largest floating library. They literally call it the greatest ship in the world. Everyone uses it for an example. example of a cruise ship. That's because it is a great cruise ship. Just have a good day. I want you to have a good day. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did like this video. This is really good art. Now, if you want to learn how to do this art, just go to 1234.com. And yeah, have a good day. I don't know about you, but I think my art is pretty good. I mean,